Let's do it. All right. Hey, y'all. Good to see everybody. Hello, hello. Shout out where you are from. Tonight, of course, is I'm going to ask questions. I'm just here asking questions. Good to see you. Good to see y'all. Everybody's just rolling in. Is no one outside this Saturday night? What did I teach y'all? What have I been teaching y'all? Why are y'all at home? You're from Richmond? You're from Richmond. Have you been seeing the graduations this weekend? I'm in Richmond too. I know I taught y'all better than this. Everybody's at home. Now that's so cool. That's cool. I'm at home too. So clearly I'm in here. Good to see y'all. Wonderful. Thank you for y'all already getting started with the gifts. Thank you for the heart puff. I appreciate it. Phoenix, Arizona. What's going on, Nicole? What's going on, Nicole? What's going on? Let's see. Who else is here? Trixie. Of course, that's my girl right there. We got Kim online. What's up, Kim? Megan. Megan, you are like one of the most loyal people on my page. I see you all the time on the posts. Always showing love, and I appreciate it. Let's go. Let's go, Len. What are we talking about? We're talking about dating and relationships. You know I'm here to answer all the questions that most people might not answer. I'm going to give you the answers because I've been doing this for almost 6 years, over 1,500 clients, and I got continued success, 99% success so far. I'm like an expert boxer in the game, you know? Let's go. She said, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you. I appreciate it. TikTok gives gifts. How you doing? How to tell the difference between love bombing and genuine interest. Time. Thank you so much, Blessed Be. The difference between love bombing and genuine interest is patience and time. When a guy really likes you, when he genuinely likes you, he likes the things about you that you put out. He's not just gonna like you for what he wants. You see the difference? A man who truly loves you is looking to be of service, not to be served. He's looking to be selfless, not selfish. That's the difference. So when a man truly is interested in you, he's interested in the energy that you put out. If you say, hey, I like to wait 2 months before I want to kiss someone. If he truly likes you, he's going to wait those 2 months. If you say, hey, I'm not willing to do this too soon, or I like to take things slow, he'll be okay with that, because at the end of the day, the most important is that he has you as a part of his life. He sees value in having you as a partner and supporting your mission in life as well. If your mission in life is to be certain things, go certain places, make certain things happen, he's going to be the support to that. You see, we have to understand that physical and rushing emotions is not the only way to have a relationship, right? There are many spectrums of a relationship. There's what makes you who you are, what you think about, what values you have, what you think about throughout the day, right? What your experiences are, what led you here. Where do you want to go? How can I help you with that journey? When a man loves you, your happiness becomes his priority. Thank you so much for the rose. When a man truly loves you, your happiness becomes his priority. I'm going to say it one more time. When a man truly loves you, and I want y'all to wear this, I want you to put this in your head. Your happiness is his priority. And if he's not prioritizing your happiness, then he is not the one for you. If he starts saying, oh, well, I don't want to do something that all these girls are out here playing guys, like, fine, that's okay. Here's the thing. Everyone has the right to an opinion. But when you base your opinions off of your experiences with other people on me, that's not good. Thank you so much for the heart again. Thank you. How do I say your name? I'm going to call you O. I'm not about to butcher your name like that. How do you know when the issue is caused by you or not? When they communicate. I mean, if you want me to be direct, I don't take it as my fault unless you tell me. I don't know if you guys ever seen Rush Hour with Jet Li and Chris Tucker, but I think it's either the first or second one. And Jet Li said a quote that sticks with me. He said, "Your thoughts of me are not my responsibility." That stuck with me for years. Your thoughts of me are not my responsibility. And too many times in society, we take responsibility for someone's thoughts that don't communicate. Not being able to communicate is a consequence, right? Yeah, I know, right? Right? I love Jackie Chan. And we do that. We take responsibility. If someone responds to us negatively, or they react badly, or they start to show traits that don't look favorable to us, we automatically take it as there's something wrong with me. There's something I need to do better. There's something that I haven't figured out yet. I don't know what I did, and I tried to make it work with this person, but they're not responding the way they were. They're acting negatively towards me. Did you ever think that maybe they just have a problem? Like, why don't we ever put it on them? If you don't talk, here's the thing. Try this, ladies. If you don't communicate with me, then it's your problem. Because what the hell am I supposed to do with zero information? Right? If you don't communicate with me, that is your problem, not mine. I'm not going to wear this. I'm going to automatically assume, and it's hard. It's hard because when someone does something to us without much of an explanation, the easiest thing to log into is us because we don't have an answer from their side. They're not, but the problem is we're under their spell and they didn't even have to try. How the hell are we taking accountability and they didn't even tell us what the problem was? Think about it with police. Police have to tell you what you did wrong, right? Then they have to read your rights. If you don't tell me why you pulled me over, if you don't read my rights, I don't have to go to jail. Or if you take me, that's kidnapping, I can sue you. So we're quick to get defensive in those situations, right? If a cop tells us something crazy and then we're like, oh, well, if a cop doesn't tell us anything, we're like, well, you didn't tell me why you pulled me over, so I can drive off, right? You need to be the same way when it comes to people that you're dating or people you're in relationships with. If you did not do a good job of telling me what's wrong, if you didn't communicate and be clear, then I am not going to sit here and take responsibility. Whatever, fine. But if you tell me, now we could work with this. So I know I went a little long-winded on that one, but that was a big one, so I wanted to hit that. Should I just walk away? He only texts and calls. He only texts here and there and no phone calls. But see, why does it have to be so finite? See, sometimes we put a little bit too much pressure on particular behaviors, right? If you're just dating someone and then you're saying to yourself, oh, well, they're not calling me, they're not texting me, does that mean it's over? I should just dead the situation? That's not what it always means. It doesn't have to be that serious. Maybe they just are lukewarm right now. Maybe they're trying to make a decision and they can't get there. Maybe something happened, right? It's not always that definite. Well, hey, they were talking to you and then they slowed down. You need to just exit. Just date someone else. You know what I mean? Just date someone else. Get a hobby, right? It doesn't always have to be, oh, should I make a decision on someone I'm not official with? You can. but it really doesn't matter. You guys are not together. So the real question you need to ask yourself is, why are you acting like someone is with you when you're not? Is there a title here? Is there a relationship? Is there a marriage? Now, if you have a title, then yeah, that's another story. But if there's no title, then what are we doing? They have no obligation to you, unfortunately. I know it feels like they should, right? You have no obligation to them. It's okay. Here's the thing. When I get ghosted with the mindset that I have now, if I get ghosted, I used to make the person the villain, right? I used to be like, oh man, something, oh, you're a bad person. I need to stop talking to you forever. Rub my, but I don't do that no more because I'm like, you know what? Hey, maybe they're just chilling. Maybe they like the vibe, but then they had to think about it. Humans are complicated, right? Even though I might be sold, it doesn't mean you are. It doesn't mean you have to be. I really vibed with our first conversation. And maybe you did, but maybe you ran into some things. Let people be human. Let people be indecisive. But the good news is you don't have to stay here. You don't have to leave officially either. You can, live your life. Don't focus so hard, right? It could be a lot easier than that. Dating and relationships can be very easy. It's more about mindset than anything. How do you know what to do if he tells you, I'm not sure if I'm lonely or I like you, yet he does all the things he wants in a relationship? Ooh. This is an easy one. So I've been doing this for years, girl. You're talking to a pro. Here's the problem. You want to know what he really thinks? You could probably tell him what he thinks better than he can. I'm going to tell you what he thinks, how to figure out exactly how he's thinking. Just look at his actions. You said it yourself. You literally said the answer in the question, right? That's how it usually happens. Well, he still acts like he wants a relationship, yet he's indecisive when it comes to the title. That's what it is. The title he's indecisive about, but the relationship behavior is still there. That's what it is. And the longer that, and this might hurt. The longer you entertain that man, the longer you're going to become the person that entertains someone on a relationship level that's indecisive. Take it for what it is. But here's one thing I can tell you, is when a man really likes you, you'll know. Right? I hate to say it. Have you seen men? We are not indecisive. Have you seen us? Look, really, just go on any bikini girls comment section, right? Go on some celebrity, some model, and just look at the comment section. Do those look like indecisive men to you? Yo, men are so decisive. You can go on sites where dudes are invisible and they're gonna be commenting on women's pictures and photos and videos saying, baby, can you come home? I need a girl like you. Are you in Houston, Texas right now? I'm trying to see you right now. Dudes are not indecisive, man. He cheated, but it's my fault. Wait. How did I run into this? What? He cheated, but it's my fault. So, Miss Bella, how in the world is me having intimate relations with another woman your fault? If I go decide to eat a slice of pizza and I'm lactose intolerant, Let's say I do it as a coping mechanism. How on earth is that your fault? Did you take my hand and grab the pizza and feed me with it and hold something to my head? I can't say it online. That does not make sense. I know I have to read the rest of your statement, but let's move forward. It's hard to believe, but also painful. He says, if I was not so cold, it would not have happened. So here's the thing though. Why did he choose cheating? Of all the things he could have chosen, he could have chosen therapy, counseling, he could have chose to leave. Then why did he choose cheating in particular? You do realize like it's a choice. So, you can carry that weight if you want, but I'm going to be real with you. That's not how it goes. He said he doesn't like talking on the phone at all. Well, who cares what he wants? Like, why does it matter what he wants? Don't you get a say in what you want? Is it all about him? Yes, when they want something, they go for it. Yo, that's crazy. I saw a comment just now where Kim just said, I saw one guy comment on one and said, I'll fight 10 dreadhead in the heart of Miami for you. I've never heard that statement in my life. Never trust a man who doesn't like coffee or pickles. Y'all are funny. I've never heard that before. You can be the Wonder Woman in a man's life if he appreciates you, and it's his loss. Okay. But change as soon as they get them. Normally, they tell us it's our fault because we drove them to it. Well, that's because they get away with saying that. Are you only answering for ladies? What are you talking about? I'm answering for whoever wants to talk. It could be ladies, it could be guys, but guys don't really come to my page. So occasionally they do. Yep, my ex-husband told me I pushed him into their arms. I don't know why guys, these excuses are wild. Going through a divorce that should have happened 3 years ago. Is dating okay? When is it okay to kiss while dating? So here's the thing. Time frame doesn't really matter as much as, here's what I would say. You need to decide what is more important to you, right? Is it important to kiss someone or is it important to get to know someone and build a real connection? Right? That's what matters more, right? At least to me. So if getting physical matters to you, then that's the route you go. Most people would tell you, wait at least 3 months before you start getting real physical because you need to know if the emotional and mental connection is sustainable, right? Sometimes when we get physical too fast, we start to develop an emotion and a chemical reaction that work against us in the get to know you phase, right? It starts to blind your judgment and your sense of reality, your clarity. It starts to blind you. So sometimes it's better to not get physical too quickly so that when they start acting a certain way and they start showing you certain behaviors that are undesirable, you can actually address it from a logical standpoint. Sometimes getting physical, once you have that chemical reaction, you're not thinking clearly, right? And you start making exceptions. You start trying to win their love now, and if they start to walk away. So what you want to do is just be careful, right? About the physical. There's nothing wrong with it, but just be very careful because if you got someone that's not healthy for you, then now you've got someone that, is it's crazy. And you did too much too soon, and now you might regret it. So you need to ask yourself, do you know enough about this person that if you guys were to get physical and they started acting differently, it would be a shock? But if you get emotionally attached, it can also blind you. Yeah, which is why you need to not get emotionally attached either. Right? You need to wait. And that's something that we don't do. We get excited. We start talking about the future. We start talking about things that are going to happen. And that's understandable. But there are consequences to that. We need to talk as friends. But in society, a lot of us want excitement and we want thrill and we want to feel the feels as soon as possible. Well, I won't even talk to them unless it feels right. But it's like, you want that in the first week? And then, that's why they do it. That's why you got the love bombers. The love bombers didn't just sprout out of nowhere, right? The love bombers knew. They got the intel. They all talking to each other out there in the wild saying, you know what? You gotta lay it on thick, like in the beginning. Here's the crazy part is that it works. It works. It happens. So many people, it works, and then they get blown up, and then a week or two later, all of a sudden now it's not the same. I canceled a first meeting tonight with a guy I met online, already showing inconsistency. Just know. Okay? How is he showing inconsistency? Hello, I started seeing a guy. He's been broken up with his ex about a month. Should I walk away? Ooh, be very, very careful with people that are just fresh out of a breakup. I would be very careful. Here's what I would say. It's fresh, right? It would be unrealistic to think that they are just over and done with this. Like, if they start talking about their past relationship, if they start talking about their ex a whole lot, or they start bringing them up and they're still, because they're still in that time frame where they could possibly jump right back into it. And especially depending on how long they've been together. If they've been together more than 6 months, then yeah, their relationship was probably a little heavier than we'd like. And see, here's the thing, all right? For some of the people that are fresh out of a relationship, we need to stop jumping into other things so quick, and we can't stop talking about our ex for more than 10 minutes. No shame, do what you want, but you have to understand, like, if you're still hooked on your ex and you're still in pain and fresh out, and then you meet someone out here that hasn't been with anyone that's healed, like, that's gonna cause some issues. Let's just start being realistic. Sometimes it's okay to be single for a while. It's okay to take your time and just go live your life. Heal a little bit, right? It's okay. Damn. Where to meet real traditional man? They're all over the place, but I'd have to understand what your definition of traditional is, because sometimes if your approach is off, see here, traditional men, right, that want to take care of women, that want to be providers and protectors and want to take more of the effort, there's a certain lingo that you speak with those kinds of men. If you just say some stuff like, oh, I just want a man to pay for me, that's going to scare them away. You got to, how do I put this? To attract those kinds of guys, right? It's a certain lingo. You got to speak a certain way, come with a certain type of energy, and they will be attracted easily. I can promise you that, because they are looking for wives. But when people are asking you questions about your ex, you are saying to not give them answers. Yeah, why should they be talking about your ex? I would say it's a red flag for someone to ask you questions about your ex. I'm just being real. When I first meet a girl, I don't care about her ex. I don't care. Like, what is that gonna do for me? That was a relationship dynamic between you and that person. That person had certain traits and personalities that brought it out of you, right? Whatever they did, I'm a totally different person. I may not ever bring that person out of you. So I don't want to know that about the person that existed with them. Because all that's going to do is color my view of you in an unfair way. And it's human. You tell me something, I'm only human. I can't be like, oh, well, damn, I just don't care at all. Like, as to some extent, I'm going to have that view because this is my first impression. So then redirect the conversation. Yeah, I would tell them, I don't really like talking about my ex. Just be honest. I don't like talking about my ex. It was a relationship. It happened. It worked at one point. It didn't at one point. We both parted ways, and that's it. And just like any relationship, you could just give a very straightforward, very political answer. We don't need to get deep into the weeds because nothing you say is gonna sound great. You know what I mean? Clearly, it didn't work. Probably for the worst reasons ever. I probably see them as the villain more than anything. If you hear that, you're going to hold it against me. If I say my ex was the worst person ever, that doesn't make me look good. Because then you could assume, well, you date horrible people. Great. Or you could say, well, what did you do to make them horrible? See, it's a trap. Nothing about this conversation is going to lead to a good place. Definitely does not matter. I don't want sex before marriage. Okay, that's great. A lot of people think that way. There's a creator that I follow. I think her name is God is Glamorous or something like that. And she talks about like purity is what she says. And she talks about waiting until marriage to have sex. So that's totally a thing. Hello, I'm seeing a guy who has been single for a month and is ready for a relationship. Is this a red flag? Wait. Well, his ex still has him publicly posted on the internet as if they're still together. No, yeah, well, I already answered that. That's a red flag. Absolutely, that's a red flag. Single for a month? Hell no. I would wait at least 3 months. And respect first, then next many physical kissing. Okay. Scrolling through, looking for questions. Was married and my husband treated me cold, then and mean and I affectionate. What? I always tried to ask what I could do to make him happy. He refused to tell me after 8 years I've left. Now he says he's sorry. Yeah, that's a weird situation. You might need help with that. Yes, I would walk away depending on how long they were together. Need time to get over her. Moving in that fast, not good for mental health. Yep, love bombing committee. Yeah, there's a whole committee. Let's walk away. Usually takes a year to let exes go. It took me at least 6 months. Thank you. My ex-husband asked me about my exes and wanted to know everything, then held all of it against me for years. I told you. See, here's the thing. I don't think people sometimes understand what the hell they're doing. Like, you asked me about my ex. Can you handle the information I'm going to give you about my ex? See? Because if you can't handle it, now we got another problem, right? You're probably not going to be able to handle what I'm going to say. And then you think you are. And then later on, you're like, is this why you did this to your ex? Now you're holding it against me. Let's just give each other new opportunities, okay? Why do men seem to feel women should not date outside of their so-called league? Do you agree with this mentality? I don't get it. So they're talking about the sexual marketplace, right? You'll hear a lot of red pill dudes talk about this. The Kevin Samuels, I don't know if Andrew Tate talks about this, but basically they're saying the sexual marketplace, which is going based on superficial value, right? So the problem with the sexual marketplace is that it's surface level superficial. So if you're talking superficial, if you're saying, I want to date someone just because of looks, then men and women are going to give their opinion on if you guys match, right? The problem or the challenge with this method is that looks can be subjective. What I may find beautiful and cute, you may not. So if I base my opinion off the general public, then now I don't get what I want. I'm not thinking for myself. The problem with the sexual marketplace is it takes away your individualistic point of view. You see, it generalizes a lot of goods and bads, and it doesn't leave room for nuance. So now it starts to cancel out people that sprout in nuanced terms. So, but here's the thing. I would say you are affected by this if you're going with that method. If you are going along the method of superficial, then you will be judged in a superficial way. You see what I'm saying? If you're strictly dating someone because of looks, because of finance, because of resource, and you're asking for something that is above what you currently have. If you're saying, I want someone that makes $50,000 a month and you make $2,000 a month, that is above your finances, right? You guys cannot compete in the same financial lane. If you're saying, I want someone that's athletic, right? And you go to the gym once a week, that's a lot more discipline, a lot more work. So that's where, like I said, but the problem with superficial is that long term, it's not sustainable on its own. To have a family, right, own a property together, have emotional vulnerability, connection, growth, chemistry, and looks fade over time. We can get work done, but the reality is we don't always look like we're 20. So, and that's for men and women, right? This is not geared towards one gender or another. This is everybody. So when you go with this method, you can, but we all have a time limit until we have to start bringing out better character. So that's what I'm saying. If you go with superficial, then you will be judged superficial. If you don't have what this person has, then yes, they are going to say that you're punching above your class. But if you don't care about superficial as much, or you're willing to look past that and entertain someone for character more so than what they have or what they look like, you can still be attracted, right? You can still ask for someone to have their stuff together. But when you're asking for someone that's way above your means, then yes, there is going to be judgment because that's how they work. How would you interpret if a person you're seeing is always asking who you with, where you going, what you guys are doing, what you're going to do, and doesn't accept that I'm with family, but wants names in place? Well, this person is highly insecure, right? Because for someone to have to ask you all of these details, that's crazy. Did you cheat on him? I've only seen people act like this when they've been cheated on. He is financially needless. I choose not to entertain him. I'm better off than him, but he didn't know it. We never went on a date. I thought he was shallow and superficial. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. Here's the thing. If you want to go down that route, that's fine. But you're going to have to endure it, right? It's going to be a lot of harsh judgment. And that's why I just think that it's always going to be a fight. It's always going to be a fighting lane. See, here's how I date now, right? Or how I help people date. Look for character first. Character can take you many places. It can take you into better finance, right? It can actually make a person look better. It can make them sound better. It can make them actually take care of you in the right ways and actually care about you as a person. Because someone can be great looking, have all the money in the world, and treat you like crap. I've personally seen it. I've personally seen some millionaire bros that didn't treat their wives very good, that abandoned them. I've seen it from myself. So here's the thing. be aware of what you're asking for, because they may not give you those benefits. Let me see. I don't know if some of y'all are DMing me. Yes, thinks his expensive clothes make him. Well, that's the thing, you know. If you date a guy who thinks that way, then he is going to continuously be that type of person, you know. And here's the thing: there's a lot of people that are superficial, that look for superficial more first, right? So if you're not a superficial person and you're trying to date someone who thrives off being successful in the superficial lane, then you are competing with people that are attracted to them for superficial reasons. And superficial doesn't require much, right? I don't have to talk to you to know that you look good. I can just look at you. It's not much effort in that. So you're also competing with people in a lane that doesn't require much work. That's scary, right? Because let's say you actually pull this person, and then all it takes is one look from the right person for them to entertain someone else. Like that's too. I don't like people that can be easily swayed. I personally feel more secure about someone who's a little bit more picky, who cares more about like what's on the inside. You know what I mean? I know that sounds, I guess cliche. Whoa, Nelly. Where do you find good men? First you have to go outside. You have to go places, go to events, go to, like there's several events you can go to. You can go to, where do you live? First off, that's what matters. She said church. Church has potential, but don't get discouraged when it takes you a little while in church, because sometimes church can have some heathens in there too. You want to live a toxic relationship, but the guilt of depriving your kids from leaving with their dad. You mean leave? You want to leave a toxic relationship, but the guilt of depriving your kids from leaving with their dad. Oh, you're saying you don't want to leave your kids with their dad alone. Is that what you're saying? Superficial can equal fickleness. Yeah, exactly. Little Rock, Arizona. Is that Arizona? Well, here's the thing. In Arizona, there's a lot of men that are entrepreneurial, a lot of businessmen, a lot of men who got it like that, right? I saw a four-door Lambo in Arizona. You might want to lean more towards like Phoenix. She said Arkansas. Whoops, sorry. Location challenged. Okay, Arkansas. Okay. I don't know. What type of man are you looking for? Do you want a black man, a white man? Do you want and how much does he have to make? She said, don't come to LA. Yo, LA is a nightmare. Stop. You know how many clients I got from LA? I'm like, well, first thing you got to do is move out of LA. Because what is going on over there? What is going on in LA? Like, I have so many clients in LA. Have you tried any of the Christian sites? Yeah, you could try those. I've had success on Hinge, right? I've had success on Hinge. So Hinge is really good. Hey, H-Town, what's up, girl? Miss Levy, good to see you. Yeti, let's go. Thank you. Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. It said the men are hunters. Do you feel it's okay for women to reach out to a man? Yeah, because we're not in the Cretaceous era, right? It's not hunter-gatherer days anymore. We don't have to keep maintaining the same exact way. Besides, have you seen the statistic? Have you seen the statistic where it says that women are more likely to end up with the man that they talk to first than the other way around? I'm telling y'all ladies, if you reach out to a man, now clearly it's just like us, right? You're not gonna get all the guys, but you have a higher chance of getting the guy you want than just sitting around and waiting. I actually think that women should do a lot more moves on men that you like because, there's been so much struggle and strife with the dating field, right? There's a lot of guys who have been, who are nervous, who don't know if you got a boyfriend, who get rejected all the time. Like, rejection actually really sucks. And then, I've heard some women say, well, men are more built for it. Jesus. No, we're not. It still sucks. We're willing to go through it, we're willing to, but it sucks. So it sucks for everybody, right? But we just try to tell ourselves, who cares? So the reality is, though, I think that women have a higher chance of meeting or maintaining the right guy than if you just wait. Guy has to know you're an option, right? I'm telling you, I think there would be a lot more relationships and married people if women made the first move. And I know that sounds crazy. I'm not saying that you have to take him out, you got to open the door for him, and you got to pay for his dinner. I'm not saying all that soft guy era stuff, okay? I'm just saying, at least let him know that you're an option or that you're somebody that's interested. Thank you so much. P Hood, H-Town. Thank you so much, girl. Good to see you. She said it does work. She said, I approach mine. She said, but we can't keep them. No shame at all. You're just letting them know you're interested. But we can't keep them. Who's we? And here's the thing. Why would you want to keep somebody that doesn't want to be kept? There's only but so much you can do, right? Do guys think of their ex even if we were toxic and mean? I mean, if they can't get over them, yeah. The energy should be mutual, right? I'm opposed to online dating, but where in Texas can I find professional black men? What kind of events? I'd have to Google that. I don't know. If you want to avoid dating apps completely, what events? What part of Texas? What part of Texas are you in? This internet doesn't help. It helps some people, right? I know some people that are she said networking events. Yeah, I agree. San Antonio, Texas? I would look up, I would do what she said. Social events, networking events. You want to go where people are looking to just build a little bit, because one thing I could tell you, there's a lot of single men out here. There's a lot of single men that are out here that are looking, right? Especially the brothers. There's a lot of brothers out here single. I give a smile, and that's as far as I go. The right man for me will have the courage. See, but he may not know. You can try that, right? But I'm supposed to assume that every woman that smiles at me just wants me. Just think about it that way, right? If I do that, I'm in jail. I can't. A smile could just mean you're just looking at me, and that's your natural reaction. I mean, if you smile at me and you're from the suburbs, Chesterfield, Virginia, that just means you're just being nice. If you smile at me and you're a waitress, that just means that you're trying to make sure I'm okay. So you can try that method, but I think that is literally the lowest, way to, the lowest chance and probability. The more you do and step out of, because I know stepping out of the comfort zone is hard, but the more you step out of the comfort zone and you put yourself out there a little bit, the more your chances go up of meeting the right guy and having that relationship. Because I can tell you, most of the women that I know, that have met the right guy, at least at what I've seen, is they were not worried about making themselves known. They were shooting their shots. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what race is as long as he treats me right. Well, what have you been doing so far to meet the right guy? Like, what do you do? So true. I smile all the time at guys, right? And it doesn't even mean anything sometimes, right? It's just like, hey, I'm just being. You probably smile at women too. It's a very platonic gesture, like, hi, walk away, right? They're just being nice. It's just a nice human thing to do sometimes. Why would a childhood friend spend 2 years, 2 hours a day training free, then hook up and once again, but says he was never interested? Well, by his actions, he was interested in hooking up. He's just not interested in anything deeper. Thank you so much, Blessed. So you have to understand, a lot of guys disassociate sex from love, right? A lot of guys disassociate. Thank you so much, Blessed B. You are so kind and generous. So when you start to do those things with guys like that, especially guys who don't value, intercourse like that, then that doesn't always mean that they want a relationship now. If you're the type that you want a relationship from that, then you need to avoid guys like that, because it's gonna get your head all twisted up. You got to know your drinking limit. I walked away from my marriage due to empty promises and him being emotionally unavailable. We were separated for 8 months. He still flirts with me and says sexual remarks to me. However, he hasn't. Do you want him back? Or are you done? Where's the loyalty these days? Commitment. It seems risky unless you have a history with this person. I'm sure I will eventually meet him. So here's the thing, is that that's not always true. Loyalty and commitment are really just per the person. The problem is that social media and experiences have, overcrowded our judgment, which is fine. But there are a lot of people that are committed and loyal. They just don't talk about it. Have you realized that there's not that many couples online that are like, I love my loyal relationship? Because they're usually in the house being loyal. They're doing loyal things. They don't have to talk about it. It's a lot of the people online are the ones that are complaining, that the single ones that, they can't get it right and they're trying to push agendas, right? So it's like the people that are happy, they're quiet. You know how I know this to be true? Because every time I have a client that finds a relationship, they get quiet. They were blowing me up. Xavier, I need an appointment. Xavier, I need a session. I need to talk through, blah, blah, blah. Then out of nowhere, I don't hear from them for like 2 months. And then I'm like, yo, like, we haven't talked. How you been? Oh, I've been in a relationship. Happens every time, man. I'm like, y'all gotta let me know when things are good. See, I know when my clients are quiet, it's either going really well or really bad, like. One said anything about reconciliation. Oh, didn't once. I asked him why he flirts with me, but he wants nothing to do with me anymore. It doesn't make sense. Because now you're a challenge again. Before he had you, and that wasn't fun. Now you're on the outside, and you don't want him. So it's fun to make you go against your boundaries. See, he likes a little challenge. You might have one of those guys that likes excitement, right? There are people like that out here. They just like the excitement of the beginning stage, the thrill, the chase, ooh, you don't want me. Because it's an addiction, right? It's like a dopamine rush. I feel bad. Oh, you don't want me, you don't want me, you don't want me, you don't want me. And then after a while of you don't want me, you don't want me, oh, you finally want me. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like taking a drug, It's like a hit. And then all of a sudden, I'm at the moon. There's a certain high that you get from disapproval, approval. There's like it's like a unnatural high that you get from it. Believe it or not, a lot of people are addicted to toxic patterns. They won't want to admit it. They won't want to admit it. In fact, some people get arousal from it, from being treated badly. I think it's called like masochist. Like some people get it actually works. No judgment. If that's what you like, that's what you like, baby. But just understand that that's probably what it is. You know, you got to be real with yourself. You like a little razzle dazzle. You know what I'm saying? We like a little razzle dazzle. We like a little spice in our food. I want some tahini on that rim. Let me stop playing though. Those are also can be cheaters because they are never satisfied. Yeah, exactly. That's true. And sometimes they don't want to be satisfied. You know, satisfaction actually turns some people off. Like, satisfaction is actually a turn off to a lot of people, actually. The second you give them everything they're looking for, they start to doubt you. They're like, this ain't it. Why is it so easy? No one else wants you? It's not a challenge. You must be boring. No one likes you. Oh, you like me? I'm special? Really? And then the second you start walking away, they're like, no, come here. I miss you. I want you again. When you ran away from me, that's when I realized you were the one for me. You were my special one. And then the second you start coming back, they're like, see, I knew there was something wrong with you. It's like, yo, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Damn. Hold on. I forgot to let people know how to get access because I do give classes every week and I talk about this stuff. I give classes every Wednesday on this and with all the answers. Oops. Okay, let me see. So many comments, so many comments. Bronx guys. Ah, stop. Y'all stop talking about the Bronx. You funny. No lie though, man. I do not play with the Bronx. If you're from the Bronx, I'm sorry, but y'all are wild, okay? Why y'all always sound like you want to fight? I'm from Queens, so the boroughs, if you don't know, the boroughs in New York have like a low-key beef. I'm Queens, so I'm soft. It's not that I'm soft, it's just that y'all crazy. What do you think about men who often talks about other women behind his girlfriend's back? Huh? And the man lies a lot. Well, I mean, you had me at lies. We were in a relationship for a year and our relationship ended because that man has. Let me tell you something. If someone lies, that's a red flag in itself. You didn't even have to fill in anything else. You could have just told me the person's a liar and I would tell you, ugh. You got a problem on your hands. Yeah, I don't deal with liars. Liars are some of the hardest. People who lie have so many layers, right? Because they are taking away your opportunity. They are taking away your opportunity to have a choice. Like, do you understand how destructive that can be to any potential relationship or marriage when you lie to me? And then, sometimes they have the gall to say, well, you don't provide me a safe enough space. Oh my gosh. Like, what? So you literally force my hand. I feel like lying should be some form of abuse, Like, it should be some form of abuse. Because you made executive decisions to not include me in something that's going to affect me. Let's not do this. If you feel like you're not getting a safe space, You could walk, right? You could find therapy. And if you don't agree to therapy, you got to draw the boundary. We need to stop giving people so many chances to make our lives miserable. So that's why I say in the beginning, we need to start removing the physical. If you're looking for a serious, committed situation, you got to remove that physical, right? Because it just straightens it, tweaks your mind up to get you sharp, right? Because the second you start getting physical, it's like, no. Now I can't think anymore, baby. And I can't tell if they're crazy. I can't. Before I could tell, and I lost it. I lost the lens. Yeah, lost judgment. I only see good now. What happened? What happened to my thinking? Why do people lie? Lying is a form of control. You see what I'm saying? People in general, a lot of people like to have control in different ways. Control makes you feel safe. It makes you feel secure. It's a false sense of security and safety. Because if you can control what's going to happen next, then you don't have to submit to what could happen next. Because a lot of the times we're trying to be vulnerable, right? We're trying to be vulnerable with the person, with life. We don't like that feeling. So when we don't know what's going to happen next, we start thinking of how we can maneuver it, how we can make it work. But the reality is you have zero control over anything in your life. You have zero to no control. You don't have control over the next 5 minutes. You don't know what could happen. So what people do is they try to lie because then it gives them control over the outcome. Well, if I told you the truth, you would react this way and take it this way. If I lie, you'll probably take it this way and react this way, which will lead me to a better outcome, right? So it's not, you have to understand, not a lot of people, other than like narcissists and manipulators, but people have goals that they're trying to achieve. And the goal is part of the reasons why they do what they do. Why is this person a liar? This person lies because they're getting something out of it, right? It could be the approval. It could be as simple as that. Maybe they're getting approval. Maybe they're getting validation. Maybe they're getting your time and energy. Maybe they're getting away with looking like the good guy, right? Which gets them into more social situations. There's benefits that they're trying to gain from lying. You see what I'm saying? So they're controlling their narrative to get benefits. I mean, look at R. Kelly. If people knew about what R. Kelly was doing when he started doing it, we wouldn't have bought his records. We wouldn't be let me hear that beep, beep. Like he lied to the public. He lied to everybody saying, oh, like he's just this guy that's out here. But, he didn't give us that information because he knew that if he told us that, we wouldn't have been buying his records. We would have canceled him a long time ago. Hey, I sent you my email here and you never emailed me for couple therapy. Can you email me again? Can you send me another message in the DM on TikTok? Here, I'll follow you or whatever. Let me see. I do work with couples. Okay, I got you back. It says I had to request you because you're private, but send me a DM if you want to work with me on TikTok. Send me a DM with your email address and I will send you a link so that you can book time with me. Thank you, blessed be. Currently, I just had another couple that their marriage was on the rocks. I literally got them back right in less than a week. In less than a week. We had rapid fire sessions, one after another, day after day. I put them through my little, my session style, and now they're better than they've ever been. They said that they are happier than they've been in years. And that's less than a week. At this point, I don't know what's going on with therapy, y'all. Because why What's all this years stuff? Like, we could get you right here in less than 2 weeks, in a month, right? And then here's the thing. Now, I don't have that luck with everybody. They were both very willing participants. So, no, I don't get that lucky with everybody. But if 2 people are willing, it's true. Just sent it. Thank you so much. And thank you, Loretta. That's a wonderful compliment. I appreciate it. Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, and you know what's funny is not only did the couple get back right, the guy texted me, because clearly, my page is mostly like, getting where the guys, they're getting on the guys. So the guy texted me saying, man, I actually love you, man. You're my brother. You helped me out. I'm so glad that you did this, and you helped me out. Thank you so much. Creative Lane, thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful moms, all the creators of life, all of the women that bring life, that are just, outstanding. Us men, we need you. We need you, ladies. That I'll be the first to say, we need you on this earth. We need your essence. We need your presence. We need your guidance, because sometimes we are lacking, ladies, and you see it. You see how men act when they start to, lose the guidance of good women, right? Like they start becoming negative and spiteful and bitter, and we need y'all. So thank you so much, you mothers, and just women in general, right? But being a mom, let me tell you something. To all the moms out there, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. Your child is lucky to have you. And even though it gets hard sometimes, and that child he or she can get on your nerves a little bit every now and then, every time that you find the will to push past that and you treat that child with kindness, that shows what kind of mother you are. Because that is not easy to pull that will together. So much love to you, all you moms on here. We don't hear that enough. No, absolutely. People really do underestimate how hard it is to raise a child, especially on your own. Now, whether you're with someone or not, it's hard. And then, there's more expectations for women with children than there are for men. And people don't really understand, sometimes if you, that's a lot. That's a lot, Thank you so much, Susie. I have 2 great sons, and I bet that's because of you. That's because of the work you did. Father when they were adults. That's cool. How do you feel about a guy that is a bad communicator, for example, when it comes to opening up about how he feels? He runs or avoids the conversation. So what I would say is that if the guy runs to avoid conversation, then you need to ask yourself if that's what you want to deal with. Because anyone that's bad at communication needs to not be pursuing a relationship. And if you chase after him, then you're accepting what that comes with. Bad communication is like saying, I don't know how to steer a wheel, but I drive. You shouldn't be driving. You need to communicate in order to have a relationship. That should be mandatory. That should be like number 1. If you don't know how to communicate, you should not be pursuing relationships. Leave people alone. He admits he's bad and he's working on it. Well, work harder. That's literally number 1. What do you mean I'm very bad and I'm working on it? You didn't work on that before you got into this relationship? See, this is how annoying this is, right? You are trying to get into a relationship, but you don't have the qualifications. Here's the thing. I'm helping married couples develop stronger relationships, and I'm not married. Think about that for a second. I'm not even married. You don't have to be married to understand what it takes to be a good partner. You don't have to be in a relationship to understand that, because you can develop those skills outside of that. You can develop those skills outside of that. So the fact that, you know, people are jumping into relationships or trying to get in and they haven't, you know, haven't learned how to communicate. They haven't gotten rid of their ex. It's like, what are you doing, man? You're not ready for this. Get a little closer. I was pushing my seat back because I was getting so passionate. He admits he's bad. Bro, man, come on, man. How am I gonna go? That's like me driving in a car. That's like you getting in my car, and then I'm like, man, I really don't know how to drive like that. I know I'm bad at this, but I'm working on it. Get out the wheel. That's like jumping in water but not knowing how to swim. Yeah. And you jump right in too. Like you're in the deep end. What's wrong with people, man? LOL head first. That's funny. I've been divorced since 2019. It's been a while. You ready? You ready to get back out there? You need help? I actually have a whole course on how to date. Like I've made a whole course on how to date, how to find the right person, from A to Z, how to know when you're with the right person, how long you should take, what does it look like, what's your dating style. I literally have an entire course dedicated to that. He says he is trying. Dating is scary at my age. How old are you? How old are you? I'll ask you. I'm not scared. He says he is trying, but all talk about is what I need. I don't listen. He talks with anger, doesn't open up, then turns it around and blames me. Are y'all in a relationship? Y'all talking like this and y'all not in a relationship? 53? Oh, well, I got people in their 60s that are winning, so your age ain't scary enough for me. The problem is it's scary because you haven't talked to me yet. That's why. You haven't talked to me yet. I got people in their 60s winning right now. Where can we find this course? I can give it to you. Well, go ahead. I'll send you. Do you work with me? You don't work with me probably. You'll have to work with me. Because I give you the course and then I give you access to work with me and my team. I actually have a team now of people that work with you through dating that I have trained. She said, challenge accepted. Let's go, Rachel. Well, Rachel, why don't you do me a favor? You go ahead and you DM me your email address and we'll get you there. Single 23 from New York, looking for a husband. You do the same thing. Go ahead and send me a DM with your email address. Here's the thing. I want to work with ladies that are ready for the real deal. Not if you're out here trying to play around and you're not gonna listen. No, then don't work with me because I want someone who's serious. If you're still trying to figure it out, go. That's not for me. I want people that want real relationships, real marriages, real connections. I've helped a lot of people. You see, I've even helped celebrities. I've even got some more celebrities that I can't even name on here. So the thing is, this is where you get it. This is the sauce. How do I approach this guy that I have my eye on? Well, I don't know. I mean, where is he? I'm going to send you a link, Southern Dreamer. How do we get the course? I got you. Whoops. She said, I need that course too. I'm sending it to y'all. She said, I'm 40 and I'm ready. You know, what is that song? That reminds me of that song. Is that Beyonce? I might be young, but I'm ready. I love that song. Just joined. What's going on? You late to the party. No, we just talk about dating and relationships. We're talking about getting back out there. And people are asking me questions about relationships. For all of you that are new, because I know it circulates a little bit. For those of you that are new on my live, we're talking about relationships, so feel free to ask questions. I'm here to answer all the questions. I've been in this business for over 5-6 years now, over 1,500 clients, and we are rocking. So I'm in charge of a lot of successful relationships and marriages. I'm responsible for them. So, and for people that need to leave toxic situations, that's usually my niche. But we going up in the world. Not playing games. No, not today. We'll play games another day. But y'all ain't ready to play games. Because I've had some ladies come to me with that, like, well, how do I get him to want me? And then when I tell them, they're like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, sorry. To really play games with someone, you got to be ready to lose them. When you're ready to lose someone, you can play games. When you're not, you can't play the game. What are your thoughts about long relationships but without marriage? I don't see a point in that. My personal opinion, I think that's a waste of time. You know, if you spend more, here's the thing. If you spend more than 6 months, right? And y'all both be on my classes, Kim, you and Trixie, that's so funny that y'all see each other. But yeah, no, I would say if you date them for more than 6 months and you still don't know if this person is marriage material, then you are literally wasting your time. What are you doing with your vetting process? Like, did you figure out if this person is consistent and shows up for you? And I mean, it only takes really 3 to 4 months to know what type of person they are. You know, like it shouldn't change much more from that unless they're really good at hiding it. But that's normally not the case. Now, if you go a year and you're not talking about what to do long term, then you're really wasting your time. I'm sorry. This is a waste. Say what you want to me, man. I've had people argue with me about this, and I'm like, yeah, but then you wonder why it never works that's too long. Because then the guy, you start asking him about marriage, and it's been already over a year, and homeboy gonna be like, man, I don't know, man, you know. It's like, man, let me tell you, if that man has spent a year with you, and he's still like, I don't know if I want to tie, girl, red flag. I might be young, but I'm ready. That's song is in my head. Y'all heard about the TikTok? Y'all heard about the TikTok trend where we're blocking celebrities now? Have you heard about that? I hope I don't count as a celebrity because I'm like, don't block me. I know. I don't want to be alone again. So I haven't blocked the celebrities, but I started unfollowing. Because I thought to myself, I'm like, why am I caught up in celebrities' lives that I don't know? Like, how is this benefiting me? You know, like I really did sit down and think about that. I was like, unless I personally know them, and then you don't follow me back. Like, what's up with that? You know what I mean? Like, unless you're giving me value. Right? Just seeing what you're doing this morning isn't helping me. It's just like, great. I know, I know, you know what, I don't want to name no celebrities because I know celebrities, so I gotta, I can't talk about nobody. I don't want it to come back to me. I don't want to get an Illuminati text tomorrow. Hey, bro. Why is there a deer head on your front steps? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Oh, man, I'm in trouble. Let's see. What do you think of seniors getting married or just living together as companions? Hey, if you want to do that and that works for you, then by all means, right? There's no truly right or truly wrong way to do this, right? There's no truly right or truly wrong way. It is what works for you. So if you want to just live together and get married or living together as companions and it works for you, it makes you happy, let's do it, right? But what matters is, does it work for you, or are you just dealing with it because you just want someone, right? Everything's a trade-off. So it's about understanding what the trade-off is. I can give you my best opinion, but if it works for you, hey, what's up with friends with benefits? I mean, it's people who are trying to use each other for sexual benefits, and they're trying to have somewhat of a casual friendship, which rarely, if never, actually realistically works, right? Especially if it's long term. So there's too many chemical reactions that are bonding chemicals that sometimes make us get confused and blur those lines a little bit. If you're gonna do friends with benefits with someone, you literally have to make it so cold. Like if you're gonna do that, and then it's like, you don't know what they're doing outside of you. You don't know where they've been. You might get an STD check, but there's no rules, so you don't know if they're out with somebody. Like, you gotta be careful with that, man. STDs are real. BF wanted to break it. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. Rachel with the rose. Rachel Rose. BF wanted to break up with me. I break up with him. You sound like you're from another country. I break up with him, let him go, but he is now mad at me. Why? Because he didn't want you to actually do it. He was bluffing you, and you actually did it. On top of that, you broke up with him before he could break up with you, so now you just hurt his ego. How dare you break up with me before I break up with you? That's crazy. I'm the breaker. Not the broke one. You just broke me. I've been sinned against. I prefer my independence. I feel that, girl. Independent women are up. But that's what he wants, isn't it? I don't know. Y'all. You'd have to tell me more. It sounds like you're confused. You might have missed something. If you're this confused about it, you might have pulled that trigger a little too quick. That's what happens, like we pull the trigger. Yeah, I don't know. I have to hear more about it. You want to call me? Can you call me? I don't know. Who can call me through TikTok? I'll take some phone calls. If you are interested in finding out how you can get the dating course from me, where I tell you from beginning to end how to date, how to figure it out, how to work through it, a lot of nuances and tendencies, what guys think, what manipulators, how to avoid. I made an entire course. It took me forever. And I'm ready. Go ahead and type interested in the chat if you are ready, as I am. He told me he's unsure of us after being together in like 6 years. You also have this info on IG, right? Interested? Yeah. Are you on IG? Lynn, send me a DM on IG. Send me a DM on IG. Interested. Okay, Rachel. Rachel, I see. Rachel, can you send me a DM with your email address? Some people just need to be mature about breaking up. But see, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Never. And let me tell you why. Because people are not self-aware. That's the sad part about a lot of people are not self-aware enough to even handle a breakup. A lot of people are going to be immature about breakups, and that's just the way it is. A lot of people are going to be bad at communicating their real emotions. They're going to be bad at being honest and straightforward. We will never fix this 100% with people. But what we can do is we can control ourselves, right? We can't control what they do, but we can control what we do. We can control how we respond. We can strategize how to respond. I can give you strategies. I can give you that. Courted me for 2 months, then said he's not happy where he's in with life. When I asked, what are we? Oh, that basically means I don't want it. Like, he courted you for 2 months, and then what was all that courting? Did y'all do it? Hey, we're all adults here. Can we get your book? Man, y'all want it all. Yeah, my book is on Amazon. My book is on Amazon. It's called 5 Toxic Dating Styles. It's on Amazon. It's a play off of the 5 love languages. So you have the 5 love languages, and then you have the 5 toxic dating styles. It's on Amazon, Amazon Prime. Check your IG messages. I will look at it. I'm streaming on IG right now. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, I got your message. Perfect. I will send you the info right after this. Oops. But yeah, Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, you can get my book. It's called 5 Toxic Dating Styles, made by Xavier. Go ahead, order it, take a picture with it, and I will post you on my Instagram. Single for a reason. What's the reason? What was the reason? Signs a stranger you just talked to is interested in you. I mean, I guess if they keep trying to talk to you, if they keep talking to you, if they keep trying to make conversation, if they don't want it to end, that's usually an indicator that they might be interested. More questions, ladies? I needed time for me. Married 23 years. I'm no J-Lo. You don't have to be. You don't have to be J-Lo. It's a gift to find a decent human being. Yeah. X, did you talk to our newest member recently? How do I say this without having thousands of people here? Just bought the book on Amazon. You bought the book on Amazon? Hey, thank you so much, Gene. Gene, when you get the book delivered to your house, take a picture with the book and send it to me in a DM, and I will post you on my Instagram story, and I will thank you. Thank you so much. So Trixie, you and I are gonna need to talk. There's some new events that have occurred. Not sure if you've been informed. Just ordered your book. Thank you. Y'all are so nice. Thank you so much. So it's a 5 Toxic Dating Styles. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good book. It teaches you like the toxic things to look out for, right? Toxic behaviors to look for in ourselves and in other people. The 5 Toxic Dating Styles is the name of it on Amazon. About to buy your book. Yeah, y'all are not kidding, man. Y'all about to run it up. Heard a little, but yes, message me when we're done here. Yep, will do. I'll call you. Be great if you autograph the books. You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate it. But like I said, the course is where y'all want to go, though. The book is great, too. Book is wonderful. That'll teach you what to avoid. And the course is what to go for. So, yes, if I got your information, if you want the course and you want the team support, because like I said, I'm working with a team now, that a dating squad, we are the squad, and we will teach you. I've taught I've taught them stuff that I know, and we're starting to help out and branch out to more people. I just DM'd you on IG. That's what I'm talking about. I love the action takers, the women that are action takers. You just DM me on IG. Hold on. Where though? Let me see. Man, you know what I hate? Who is this? Hold on. Hey Dad, I'm gonna call you back. I'm on live. All right, bye. Let me see. Oh, I see you. Please send me your name, information, how to work with you, your team. I don't have TikTok. Thank you. Absolutely. Sending it after this. Perfect. Because my dad will keep calling me. How much is the course? I actually didn't set up. Let me get back to you on that. Cheap. I'm going to do cheap. And you get, like I said, you get support, right? You get support during it. Because we want to make sure that we're available. Because I also, like I said, it's all included. Please send info to me too. Absolutely. Let's do it. How can you tell someone's flirting with you or they're just being friendly? Because they might make a move. Friendly goes to flirting when I start making a move. Are they trying to get you to come over? Are they trying to go out with you? Are they trying to, they're trying to see you outside? Like, what's happening? Are we, especially if they start saying romantic things like, man, I'd love to take you out sometime. I'd love to spend more time with you. Or what are you doing this weekend? Let me tell you, when someone, especially a guy, is flirting with you, he's gonna start making moves. Let me see. Is this course only for people who are dating or single people also? Well, yeah, so maybe I didn't make it clear. This is for people, this is for all. If you are single and you are starting to date, you are looking for someone, this is what it is, right? It's how to find the right person, how to maneuver in this new dating. It's for modern dating, right? To avoid the stuff that's happening with all the experience that I've gained and how I've made these couples successful. And you see them on my social media, you see it pinned on my Instagram. I have the answers to how I got them there. And number two, if you're already in a relationship, there's some beneficial information in there as well on how to regulate and how to be careful, okay? And I also give you support, so you can text me and my team, and we will be talking to you as you run through this process. We come up with a plan for you. So let's do it. Yeah. More questions. For those of you that are new here, that are just joining my live, we are here answering dating and relationship questions. I'm asking because I am autistic, so it's harder for me to pick up on signs. Oh, then I can help you a lot more. Yes, because I can give you signs. I appreciate you being vulnerable about that. I've worked with people that were autistic, and yes, it is. To understand those signs can be a little bit more difficult, right? But that's why I think working with someone like me is going to be extra beneficial, because I pretty much lay it out for you, right? So that you just know certain signs require certain questions and certain situations, because we don't want to overreact. We don't want to take it the wrong way. So we can find a way to, negate that. Because I'm not autistic, at least I don't think, but I've had trouble reading signs in my day, right? Like, even not being autistic. I think signs in general, are hard for most people to pick up on. I mean, how do you think a lot of us are ending up in these situations where we date someone and we don't know what they want? One minute it was good, the next minute it's not. Like, what happened? I miss being in a loving, fun, and committed relationship, but have become more and more fearful with modern dating. Any suggestions on how to become more brave? Yeah, sign up for my course. You need to learn, right? It's a learning process now. See, old school dating used to be pretty straightforward, right? It used to be straightforward back in the day. It was, hey, I like you, you like me, let's go out on a date. Now we've added in social media options, dating apps, therapy terms like gaslighting, narcissists have become a thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you have to battle against, right? With all the new technology, it became easier for us to communicate and stay in touch and stay aware, but it also made it easy for people to make bad choices, right? And unfavorable decisions and lie. So, but there are ways to curve the game, right? There are still ways to curve this game. And that's what I do. So Chris, I'm gonna send you a DM. What's the cost of the course? I gotta get back to you on that. Thank you, Xavier. We'll message you when I receive your book. Need to jump off. Whoa, thank you so much. Please do. Make sure if you got my book, message me a picture of you in the book and I will represent you on my page because I love y'all. Love you heavy. Dating a guy and I get one text a day, not enough for me, or am I tripping? No, I mean, if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, right? Don't try. Here's what I would say. Take it as exactly as it is. That's how you keep your mind from freaking out. Because sometimes when we get low energy, we start to think, what's going on here? Low energy and low effort can start to make you feel like, I don't know what this means. Is there something wrong with me? Am I missing something? Is there something wrong with him? I don't know what to do, right? Here's what you do. Let it happen. Take it as it is. Ask yourself, is he showing the effort you would want to see in a potential boyfriend? That's all you got to say. If your answer is no, then that's what it is. One text a day is not good enough. See, what you ladies have to start thinking about, right? Thank you so much, Rachel, is having a little bit of a roster of men. I'm not saying sleep with everybody. I'm just saying entertain them on a surface level. Whichever guy gives you the most effort for the least physical as possible, that's the man, right? Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for the bracelet. You're awesome. What percentage of men cheat? I don't know the answer to that. I don't think there's a way to measure that. They would have to interview every single man that ever cheated, right? Every day I was like, is he starting to ghost me? No, he's just on low burn. See, low burn can feel like ghost. And also, I don't know if you have this, but if you potentially struggle with anxious attachment and abandonment, that can make you feel that way. It invalidates you, right? It's very invalidating to deal with a person that gives you low energy when you're dating. So what you got to do instead is use this as an excuse to double down on focusing your energy elsewhere. Because sometimes those people, it's not even on purpose. Sometimes they're just distant. Sometimes they have stuff going on. Sometimes they are avoidance, right? Sometimes they might have been interested in someone else and they don't want to lose you, but they kind of want to entertain this option too. And they're bad at juggling, right? Or their ex came back in the picture, or they're just not that interested. You don't know. There's no way to know because they're not going to tell you. But it's so early. So if you're noticing this lack of energy, it's better to just focus your energy elsewhere. There's always going to be someone we like a little bit more than the other, but if you got someone on the hook, you gotta for your own mentality. Don't focus on the one unless they're giving you that energy. You know what I mean? Thank Rachel for subscribing. Rachel subscribed. What is subscribing? It's telling me to thank you for subscribing. Subscribe to what? What did you subscribe to? What subscription service do I have on TikTok? I thought they were going to delete this thing. How do I let a guy know I'm interested? Just tell him. As a matter of fact, no, what you could do is you could say anything. If you want a guy to know you're interested, like you could legit start off with just saying something, right? If he knows, if you're making the first effort to have a conversation, 9 out of 10, that's leaving room for him to say something. I mean, us guys spend a lot of time DMing ladies. So to get a DM first, you'll know. If he makes the move, you'll know. And that's the way to show him you're interested. Just, you put yourself out there, right? McDonald's is considering adding a $5 deal meal to the menu. Well, that deal meal is going to be made out of chicken knuckles. I told him to tell me happy birthday and he missed a cue. Well, why are you telling him what to do? Like, he's not going to do it. Why would you say that? What is he supposed to be like? Yes, headmistress? Like, you sound dominant, you know? Tell me happy birthday or else, peasant. I'm just playing. But, you know, like, if you talk to a guy like that, you know, like, you just got to expect he's probably going to buck back a little bit. Because it's not really in our nature to be like, to feel it wasn't like that. Okay. How was it? I was just playing, by the way. What is wrong with my camera? Please tell me it's not overheating. My goodness, man. I was flirty. Someone said, what was the cue? They want to know your tricks. If my camera cuts off and I miss y'all, I'm sorry. Apparently my camera overheats now. You got that high heat symbol. I hate it, man. You know why? Because I have to turn off my AC. So it gets hot in here when I do these videos. They're gonna have to fix my AC, man. It's so loud. Oh man. That means it's about to turn off, isn't it? Damn, I'm probably gotta get off. Put a fan on it. She's like, keep it going. I don't have a fan. Can I put ice cubes on it? I was hoping he would ask me out for my B-Day. See, I don't know. Your statements, even though I don't know all the details behind it, is low-key starting to sound like you might have been trying to get him to do what you need him to do. Like, I mean, to do what you want. Why can't I? So even if I shift this, I can't move the symbol. Damn it. Why does it gotta be right in the, oh, there it goes. Hold on. Make the symbol go away. No, this way. Make the symbol go away. Hold on. I'm gonna make the symbol go away. How are you doing? How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic. Trying to figure out how to make it so my camera doesn't turn off. You know, I hate this chapter of my life right now. I'm determined. Damn. Yo. Bring the ice cube. Nice to meet you, Xavier. Nice to meet you. So how do I let him know I'm interested? How do you know him? Where do you see him at? You might have to sign up for my course. Hold on, because then I can move the symbol over, and then I can move to the left. See? Ooh, I got the tricks. I can't. I'm sure I have some kind of ADHD, like I can't. I did it. I did it. The symbol is mostly away now. I told y'all I would do it. See? Much love to you. Much love to you as well. From Ireland, you know him from the wine store? Have you told him that, like, try to compliment him? Like some like your shirt, and see what he says. If he just says thank you and walks away, maybe not. I fixed it. See, I'm a solution-oriented person, y'all. I ask him for help. Well, you know what you could say? You could say, thank you so much, Alexa. Jump in my DMs real quick. I'm playing. So you know what you could say to him? You could ask him if he has a girlfriend. Or you could say your girlfriend is a lucky girl. That's how women have gotten me to like notice the cue, right? Oh, your wife is really lucky. I don't have a wife. I gotta tell you, that is like the player OG move for ladies to find out if a guy is interested. Saying something like that, like your wife is lucky to have you, or something like that, or so I don't know. Hold on, now I have to text my mom. I don't know who this is. Decline you. That's too direct. I don't want to come on strong. Well, you know what? You're gonna have to sign up for my services because this is taking a while. You're gonna have to sign up to work with me, and I have a team. I have women on my team, so yes, I can work with you. I can get you out and do the right things because we got to focus on you. All right, let's go. All right, so here's the thing. For the sake, you're 50, so I work with 50-year-olds. In fact, majority of my clients are 40 plus, believe it or not. We with the 40 plus club. You done with your phone now? Damn. I looked at my phone for like 2 minutes. She was like, you done? Yo, I was not expecting that comment. That's crazy. See, you know what's funny is clearly right now it's telling me on TikTok there's a consistent 50 rolling, right? So it really goes up and down, right? So there are women that are sitting on here just watching because it's only like 10 of y'all actually talking, right? So when I see someone pop out of nowhere, That wasn't talking. I forget how many people are on here. I'm like, oh yeah, you're on here. Y'all, that was funny. She's funny. I like her. She's direct. You know. You done with that now? Okay, back to us. Anyway, um, hi Xavier. As a high value man, how you know I'm high value? Um, what qualities are you looking for in a future partner? So I would say for me, I'm tuned in, Xavier. So I would say if you want to know what I'm looking for, if you consider me to be high value, um, I am looking for character, right? Character and discipline. And what I mean by like discipline is someone who doesn't need, you know, a lot of to indulge a lot, right? There are things that we enjoy in life. We enjoy good food, wonderful drinks, wonderful occasions. We enjoy, you know, attention. We enjoy a lot of things, right? So I would say someone who's not looking to just enjoy all the time, but when the time gets down to it and we got to work, someone who's going to work with me, right? Because I have a very hectic life and I work a lot. I have businesses, so those require a lot of my time. So someone who can help me help support that would be nice. So, and I also say character. Character is a big thing. Are you able to regulate yourself when we have a conversation? Are you always going to be straightforward and honest? Are you going to are you willing to grow together, right? In all the ways. And you know, hold me accountable, right? I don't want to just, you know, be the one holding you accountable. I want you to hold me accountable. If I tell you I'm a certain type of person and I'm moving a certain way, you notice I'm slipping, call me out, you know? And that's basically it. You said you just described a Capricorn. Well, my third sign, because apparently there's three, is a Capricorn. So it's like Pisces, Cancer, and then Capricorn. Stop laughing. I already know. I feel the comments of Judge coming my way. But yeah, you know, like it's just for me, it's more character, you know? Like she said, oh my God. See, I can't say your name because then my device is gonna activate. And my device is gonna be like, um, people can't handle that sadly. Can't handle what? Character? If you don't character build, you're gonna struggle with life in general, right? Because character gets you promotions. It gets you, you know, more love. It gets you places. It makes you happy. You build your character, life is just gonna be way because in order to build your character, you have to have a certain amount of confidence. You know what I mean? She said, holding them accountable. Yes, people don't like that. But that's what I would say is if you have good character, then you would want to be held accountable. See, I love being held accountable. I love it. Like when you tell me, hey, this is something that you used to do, or it's something that you're doing that needs to improve, or something that you said that you're not quite doing, I'm like, thank you, God, for telling me. Because I've been out here thinking I'm doing everything right, and you found the flaw. You know, like I love you. I love you. Let's get married on the rooftop or a mountaintop in Brazil. You know, like I love accountability because that means you actually care enough to pay attention to my inconsistencies. Lord. But can you really build character? It's either there or it's not. Yes, you can. What? That's like saying, you know, can you really, you know, learn how to become a better person? Yeah. You know, character actually takes a bit of skill, right? It's not always just inherent. It takes because the experiences that you have over time can lead to you being influenced by people with bad character. And then you'll have to undo that, right? Thank you for the heart, Miss Wonder. Miss Wonderful, thank you. So if for example, I used to be surrounded by men that had terrible character, and that made me act more narcissistic. Then I went through therapy and counseling, and I learned how to undo those patterns so that I can have better character. And now I'm helping people with successful marriages. So you see how that works? Before I was out here just, playing around, and now I have a real position. So yeah, I guess you could look at me as a story. You're interested? Okay, I will send you the link. Where there's a will, there a way for them to learn anything. 100%. I've seen people come out of therapy and counseling with trauma from years and learn how to undo some of that. I've seen it. I'm not saying it's possible for everybody, right? That's the death of most people, trying to hold them accountable. I love being held accountable. If I slip, it just makes me a better person. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. If it's the death of you to be held accountable, then that means you just don't want to grow. Like, you're going to stagnate. People who don't like accountability tend to stagnate because that's what you need to become stronger and better. And I don't know, like, how are you going to adapt? Not everybody's going to stay the same. People grow up and they have more experiences. You want to be right all the time? You can't handle being wrong for 2 minutes? Well, that's not going to work. I recently got a promotion, and the lack of character that has been exposed has been eye-opening. People were mad. Yes. Hell, you're giving me hope. Most guys will not go to therapy. A lot of guys are afraid of therapy. A lot of guys are afraid of therapy, especially men of color. We think we're going to get attacked, and we're afraid of the attack. Oh, she about to call me out from my phone again. Some people, when you try to hold accountable, they get defensive. Well, here's what I would say to that, right? Just so I'm not making it sound like it's all universal. When you hold someone accountable, try to take into consideration that being held accountable sucks for some people, right? For a lot of people. Being told that what you thought was good is actually bad is a very hard thing to hear for some people, right? So try to be compassionate to that and understand that, not everybody's going to be able to deal with that the same way. And maybe color your words and your tone just a little bit so that they can receive it better. Now, some people don't receive it well at all. And there's nothing you can do about that. They're going to have to figure that out. But yeah, I would say for us, I always think of how I can help someone with something that they're struggling with as an individual, because being compassionate is a major asset, right? To getting you to see what someone's struggling with and help them along. Help them with themselves, because sometimes they don't even realize it. So just saying, sometimes coloring our words the way we say it, the way we come off, if you say it out of anger, out of spite, they may not be able to receive that. Some people tell me I did something and I said, "What did I do?" And they said, "You know what you did, but I don't." Yeah, if they say that, then I would just say, "Well, I'm not going to improve until you tell me, so guess I'm going to do it again." See, that's when you got to throw it back at them. Yeah, sometimes you got to throw it back at them. I don't have trust in anyone. All good men are taken. I'm sorry you feel that way. Do you want to talk about it? I'm really sorry you feel that way. Um, what made you get therapy? What was your breaking point? I mean, I lost a lot of great women. We could start there. I kept losing women who were confident and started to walk away from me. That hurt. And that's when I knew I needed to do something. That's why I'm telling you, ladies, sometimes walking away from some of these toxic guys is actually saving them way more than staying. Do you think dating a guy with a baby mama who is also their best friend feels like they are not done? I wouldn't say that. I would definitely say it's keep your one eye open. But best friend, I mean, I think best friend is a little bit strong, you know, because it's like if they're your best friend, then why'd you break up, you know? I don't know. Best friend just seems a little too close. I mean, you could be friends with your baby mama. Here's what I would say. You can also have a boundary and say, well, it's okay that you guys are cordial and you guys, sometimes talk, but if you're talking all day, every day, that's a deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? That's a deal breaker. You could say that. You don't have to take away their friendship, but if you're uncomfortable with that, you can be uncomfortable. Argentina. Thank you so much, Argentina. But yeah, I mean, if they're friendly, with the parent, I would say that could be an advantage too, because it's like one thing, and she's not your enemy, but it's like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. If they're in touch like that, then you'll probably know everything that's going on, right? Because they're in constant communication. If they're not in communication, then you don't know everything, right? But I would definitely say, as you enter the relationship, maybe start talking about some boundaries, right? Because if you have to compete for time with his baby mama, then that's when it's a red flag. You shouldn't have to feel like you have to compete with her for his time. Yes, my ex and I are very cordial. We made a family together and we do family activities together. Yeah, see, and that's fine, But, as a person on the outside, you also have, you know, the right to say that I need boundaries to an extent, right? And they have the right to say no. So we definitely just want to make sure that you communicate and try to understand if you're dating someone that has a relationship with the ex and they're a parent to the children, there's going to be and if they're co-parent, there's going to be some level of association between them. That's just the way it is, right? That's how it goes. Communication, empathy is key. Yeah. Otherwise, don't date someone that has that. But, you know, yeah, it's yeah. You get what I'm saying. More questions, ladies. More questions. This is fun. We're having a great night. It says I'm over 90 minutes. No wonder why. I got you interested. I got you, Shireen. I got you, Shireen. As a matter of fact, let me send it right now. Shireen. How do I type that in? Yeah, it overheated 'cause it's been over an hour. I've been putting my camera to work tonight. I'm about to have no videos tomorrow. Why can't I find you? Did I spell that right? Oh, it's Shireen. Oh, I thought it was Shireen. I'm crazy. Do you see more men starting to go to therapy? Not really. They need to. I'll tell you what though, the ones that do, they get a lot of their relationships have gotten significantly better, especially working with me. Shireen, I sent you a link. So Shireen, you're already taken care of. Who are you? Great conversation. Are you a relationship coach? Yes, I am. I do relationships, dating, and I do marriage. Been doing this for 6 years. It's hard to find the right therapist. Yeah, that is true. That is true. It is hard to find the right therapist. And you got to be very careful because some of these therapists will try to take your money. They'll just sit there asking you questions back all day. What about you? What about you? What about you? You. See, I'm straightforward, right? I'll give you the honest truth. I'll tell you this is yay or nay, you know? That's why I went abroad. Did it work? I heard of people doing that. People are like dating abroad now. Does that work? You're like the passport sis, right? Because they got passport bro. Are you passport sis? She's like, I'm passport sis. Therapy abroad. Ah, I see what you're saying. I dated abroad also. I'm better than therapy. When it comes to relationships, whatever therapist you got, fire them and hire me. What do you think about going on dates every other week if you just barely dating the guy? Huh? What do you mean if you're just barely dating the guy? I don't know what that means. Did I read that wrong? How many marriages have you seen succeed after infidelity? Ha! One. I have only witnessed one. How many relationships I've seen survive after infidelity? So it's not often, but it does happen. Do you take insurance? Nah. But I take credit. You got good credit? What's your credit score? I can get you a plan. If you got credit, I got you. She said, do you take insurance? Quit your therapist and hire me. When it comes to relationships, hire me. I'm better than therapy. Do you find it more difficult to date being a relationship coach because they may feel you'll always have the upper hand since you're a relationship expert? You know, that's a good point, right? So I'm not gonna lie, like some ladies have been very, very intimidated by the fact. Drop my last therapist for Xavier. See, I got you. So yeah, some ladies, they got intimidated by the fact that I do this. Yeah. And they didn't really like it. I don't know, like it's like I think the idea of me is better than the reality because it's like, oh well, you're a relationship guy, you probably know a lot, and then they're like, oh no, you know a lot. Oh no. So they like I've had a woman think that I'm always running game, like everything I'm doing, I've already planned 10 steps ahead. And I'm like, do you know what it takes to be a good coach? Like you have to actually convince yourself that you don't know everything, right? I never go in saying I know what to do, right? I let the situation unravel itself and then I start to, connect the dots. But here's the thing. If I like you, I'm not going to go all therapist on you. You know what I mean? Like, because that would be counterproductive. I don't want to do that. That sounds like work. That's what I do as a job, right? Outside of that, I don't want to do all of that. No, I'm actually, trust me, outside of my job, I'm just living, right? I'm chilling. I'm not worried about all of that. Like honestly, I'd like to, somewhat turn that side of my brain off and just exist. I don't want to be like, well, let me think of what to do and how this works. If anything, I'm thinking of how to make myself okay, just like you all are, right? I'm still a human. So if someone like ghosts me or they start acting funny, I gotta remember, I'm like, okay, what do I tell my client? So like I'm in the same boat as y'all, trying to figure out how to, always be better. But so that's the difference between, I guess, dating someone like me is that I don't know everything, but I definitely know myself a lot more. And I can catch myself when I'm going, I can regulate, I can, know, hey, this is what's happening, this is what we need to talk about. You're going to get quality communication, which can also be scary because if you date someone that can actually communicate in a very quality way and completely remove my emotions from it, that might be hard. Like, cause then some people don't know how to deal with that. They're like, oh wow, you can really just like, you can almost like sit outside the situation. That's scary for some people, right? Because they're so used to people just reacting all the time. And I'm like, no, let's talk about what happened. So here's what happened, and this was the reaction, and this is how it made me feel. But that's probably not how you meant it. So can you explain to me, what we can do about this situation? Like, here's what I actually ask women when they call me out or if they feel like I'm doing something wrong. I will literally ask, okay, how can I do this better? I see what you're saying and I see your reaction and I understand it. So, in order to make sure that I don't make you feel like that again, is there something that I can do to make sure that I can accommodate? Because I want to do better, right? I actually say that. You know how many women I've asked that question to and they're like, I don't know what to say. They're like, blank. I guess they didn't think, it's like you get, when you get quality communication, you got to be ready. Have not dated in some years. I hate dating. Had a terrible experience on Tinder, so I hate date. Well, you went on Tinder. That was your first problem. Tinder is such a low vibe app. Like, I do not recommend Tinder to my clients at all, man. That place is so low vibe. Like, dating on Tinder is like, it's like if you want to hate dating, just go to Tinder. So I hate dating apps too. Don't cancel all the apps. What do you suggest for meeting people today? I say go to networking events, meetup.com. If you're not scared approaching people, but get outside more, right? Get social, make friends, go to opportunities, get friendly with people. Making friends is like literally one of the biggest ways to meet people because people lead you to people, right? And just enjoy your time. Like, develop friends, develop a network. And then, but also dating apps are not bad. Like Hinge, Bumble, those things still work. People get married off of those apps. Grinder, Tinder is for casual sex. Go to events, Eventbrite. I totally agree with that. Like I have a friend and she hosts like cooking classes on Eventbrite and stuff like that. Eventbrite is legit. Grinder is the gay version. Yeah, it is. Singles cruise. I've Okay, how many of y'all been on the singles cruise? Because I've never done that. And I feel like for research purposes, I should entertain this idea. Yo, how many of y'all have been to a singles cruise? I don't know why. I just feel like it's a giant orgy. I'm gonna just be honest. Like it's like, like when I see that, I'm like all these single people on one boat. Like, what does that mean? Like, I'm like that sounds fun, but it sounds like it's gonna be a lot going down. Regular cruises, y'all have never done it. You would have plenty of ladies that would want to go with you. I am not inviting ladies of social media to a singles cruise. It's gonna be a wrap. But you know what I would like to do? I would like to do a retreat. You know? Like have like a retreat and do one, be the tour guide. Y'all funny. Y'all funny. But yeah, do a singles cruise and we'll never see you again. uh, please stop, yo. That is so funny. Like, this is what I hate, man. Y'all gonna make me start laughing, and then once I start laughing, I can't stop. It would be all women, though. See, this is why. Listen, y'all, this topic is gonna make me laugh. I know. I feel it coming. Y'all gonna say some ridiculous stuff. No, stop. Y'all are funny, man. X on the milk carton. Oh man. Oh God, man. I almost started sweating. Oh man, where are you based? I'm in Richmond, Virginia. But yeah, no, I think a retreat is nice, right? Do a relationship tour, love of retreat idea. What is a relationship tour? Oh, like you want me to go on tour? Like actually be somewhere in person? Like I've actually been hosting events, out here locally, but I am thinking of traveling. What I'm gonna do is if I'm in DR, I got the land. In DR, sheesh, that's gonna be one hell of a retreat. In DR, I'm not coming back. I'm in Virginia, 45 minutes from you, and dating sucks here. What do you mean? What part of Virginia are you in? Yeah, if you can hustle up enough people, I would do it. I would come to your city. I gotta figure that out actually. I gotta figure out how to do that. I think there's too many women and not enough men to go around. One of my clients pointed out that we had lots of wars. What? No, the thing is that there are a lot of guys. It's just that the dating game has changed. You know what I mean? The dating game has changed. Well, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. But we can have a retreat. A retreat would be fun. Well, what are we going to call it? The singles retreat? The singles retreat? That would be lit. Can you imagine? Charlottesville's right between. Well, how old are you, Dawn? Because depending on where you're at, it's a little collegey. LOL, but I'm not single. Well, you could bring your man. You know, we could call it singles retreat, but you can also bring your man. If you got a man, you could bring that too. Because we're gonna talk, cool relationship. So 50, yeah, it's a little tough. If you're above 40 and you live near the Richmond, Charlottesville area, then yeah, it's hard because it's a lot of collegey. It's collegey places. Never optional. Thank you so much for the rose. She said, "Bring your own bottle." Yeah, y'all about to get turned at this retreat. I'm about to put y'all on sober. I'm gonna be like, "Bring your own bay." I was not expecting that. Dating sites for older adults. Work on being single. Work on not being single anymore. Retreat. Yeah, I want y'all in relationships. I want to see y'all boot up. CougarLife.com. Hey. That's gonna be lit Wednesday. Facts. You're gonna end up with orgy. Hey, I neither confirm nor deny. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. See, this is why once you get me started, I'm gonna start saying something crazy too. Like this is why she said I'm down with Cougar Life. Y'all, yo, the hints are crazy right now in the comments. It's Hint City. I can't do the retreat. Y'all are funny. Oh man. See, I'm gonna start sweating again. It's time to go to bed. Yeah. All I heard is Cougar Life and orgy. And freaking cruise. Oh, man, you know, Cougar is 40 and up. Is that, it's early still. Bring your body bowl. She said, yo. She said, bring holy water. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have yet to find an older man that I'm attracted to. Where do you even find men where you live? You live like between Charlottesville and Richmond, Virginia. Or 30 minutes away from Charlottesville. Charlottesville's low-key nowhere. Like, other than the strip in Charlottesville, it's just mountains. It's like nowhere. It's nowhere, right? Nada. We ladies are tripping. Yeah, signed up on Bumble and tried my first dating app at 50. I'm really nervous. Any tips to start out? Work with me. You know, I don't want to give you one piece of information and then, you know, it's bad. You know, I would say if you're just starting a date, have some training wheels, right? Work with me. Send me a DM with your email address and I'll get you my services. If you're new to dating out here and you're trying to figure that out, I have all the tools. I got the course. I got a team that will support you. I got people that are ready on hand to text you. We can have sessions. We got everything, you know? We're trying to get people in the right spot, so let's do it, okay? I work in Charlottesville and at the hotel for that matter, so I have lots of men that hit on me, mostly construction workers. Boo is dating app for introverts. You know, I tried Boo. Does it even work? You gotta pay for that. I don't like it when they charge you for dating apps. I just feel like, come on, man. Like, I can understand charging for like extra stuff, but you know? Okay, we are close friends now. Retreat, please, before the holidays, so we are booed up under the mistletoe. try BOK app. I am gay single, but we got those too. Am I am not gay. Um, have you tried Grinder? I think that's a decent app. There was speed dating in Richmond not too long ago. Yeah, I know. I hosted that. I helped host that. It was I know what you're talking about, right? Like the woman that hosted it was Genesis. I was there. Like if you look at her page, you'll see me on there. Yeah, you would have saw me. You would have saw me. There was one in Richmond and there was one in Virginia Beach. Let me see. The hot seat. That's what it's called. It's called the hot seat. Meetup is for socializing. Yeah, I would say focus more on socializing than on like meeting a person. You know, just get social. I didn't go. My friend told me about it. Well, she might have another one. So now, yeah, we had a lot of people turn out. It was quite a few people, a lot of guys and ladies. It was a really good event. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. We've been on here for a while. We've been talking. I love y'all. Make sure you DM me if you want access to my course, to my dating course, and just host social events. Yeah, of course. If you want access to my course and to dating support, if you're out here trying to date and you want to meet your husband or you want to meet someone serious, go ahead and hit my DMs, and I will get you an appointment to start working with my team because we're hungry. We're hungry to work for you, and they've been trained by me. So let's go ahead and let's get these people to work. So you said you're interested? Okay. Make sure go ahead and click that button. All right, so you will be receiving a link from me if you haven't already. But anyway, much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all again. I might jump on tomorrow, depending. I really want to dedicate time to my mom. But if not, you'll see me tomorrow. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your evening. Love you, miss you, and bye, y'all. Happy Mother's Day.